Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sujaya Banerjee. I am the founder, CEO of Capstone People Consulting. I'm also the founder of the Learning in OT Roundtable that is committed to enabling professionals to drive change. I also lead the Women Leadership Forum of Asia that is committed to driving cultures that are inclusive. Today, on the occasion of International Women's Day, I was in deep thought on what kind of a gift or present can I give all the lovely women that we are celebrating here today. While the slogan for this year's International Women's Day is #ChooseToChallenge, and I'm hoping that you're all going to be leveraging that to be able to challenge biases, to be able to challenge misconceptions, to be able to stand up, to be able to have a voice as women. But I'm hoping that our audience today is not just women, it's literally everybody, all kinds of diversities. And so what goes out to you today is something that is very special. It's the quintessence of all my insights through a career spanning over 30 years. So what I'm sharing with you today is my 10 precepts that changed my life. So let's start with precept 1. And I'm going to urge you to note them down so that you can reflect on these precepts. And if you're watching this video, make sure that you, in the comments section, put down which of these precepts actually resonated for you. And do us a favor by being able to also add your precepts so that all of us can learn from each other. So let's start with precept 1. And I'm going to urge you to note them down so that you can reflect on these precepts. And if you're watching this video, make sure that you, in the comments section, put down which of these precepts actually resonated for you. And do us a favor by being able to also add your precepts so that all of us can learn from each other. So let me start with my very first precept. Luck is dressed in overalls and looks like work. And I'm saying this because a lot of us believe that people who succeed and who we admire, whose success we admire, have succeeded because they're lucky, or they've succeeded because they were in the right place at the right time, or because they were just so fortunate to be able to get what they got, or that they have some advantage because of which they're getting ahead. I want us to be able to reflect and revisit this, because the minute we believe that we need to be lucky to be successful, then we're putting our locus of control external, which means that we believe life happens to us and that we don't have any scope to be able to control or influence our own lives. So we must believe that we can make our own success happen, that we can make ourselves lucky, and that the more and more we work and the harder we work, the luckier we get. So my very first precept is take charge of your own lives, take charge of your own success, take charge of your own careers. Make them happen. Create rain. Make that happen. And the more we believe that we can make our success happen, we will get more and more successful. So luck is dressed in overalls and looks like work. That's my precept number 1 for the day. And my precept 2 is, if you need to choose between being right and being kind, choose kind. And the reason I'm going to say this is because a lot of us believe in being highly self-righteous, especially when we have power. So I'm going to urge you to be able to reflect on the need to be self-righteous and to see self-righteous as opposing being right. Because actually being self-righteous and being right can often be the same if we actually view things with compassion. So if you need to be able to choose between being right and being kind, I urge you to be kind. These very, very unprecedented and turbulent times that we're all experiencing should ideally make people more compassionate. And I'm hoping everyone's walked that journey of reflection to become more compassionate. That's what the environment, that's what the ecosystem is asking of us. And in these situations, to constantly wear a lens of objectivity that prevents us from doing what is right, which is to be kind. And so I'm going to urge you to remain objective for accountability, to reflect constantly on what it is that we're doing, There are often very many dilemmas around compassion and kindness. So we need to think more, we need to resolve these dilemmas, and I'm going to leave you with this thought today, which is, when you need to choose between being right and being kind, choose kind. I'm going to move on to our next precept, which is precept number 3. And precept number 3 is, the love in your heart was not meant there to stay, because love isn't love till you give it away. A lot of us hesitate to tell people how much we admire them, how much we like them. Recognition is such a big challenge. And so the first part of this precept is to become more generous with compliments and to make people's day by telling them how wonderful they are. And to always, through our life's journey, let people know how much you value them, how much you admire them, and how much you love them. We're great at doing this personally, sometimes not even personally. But I urge you in your professional journeys to acknowledge people who are enabling you, supporting you, also people who have qualities that you admire, the ones that you would like to emulate. Let people know when they're doing things right. So love in your heart was not meant there to stay, because love isn't love till you give it away. Now here's part 2 of this precept, which is, all the strengths you believe you have and everything good about you is not meant to be discovered. No one's been appointed to discover you. So in your journey, make sure that you manifest your strengths, that people know of your strengths, and wear your strengths with pride. Yeah, people must know about your strengths, and be proud of your strengths. So give it away. Deep professional expertise. Develop deep professional expertise. The question I'm going to ask is, are you 5 questions deep on what it is that you believe you know? And this is important, especially in our journeys professionally, on what we believe we are creating a profession or a career around. No career is going to be sustainable and is going to hold you in good stead unless you make keen investments in developing expertise. So whatever you believe it is that you know, ask yourself, are you 5 questions deep on this? There can be nothing more unattractive than people who lack self-awareness on what it is that they don't know. A lot of people are trying and attempting to build careers around areas which are not necessarily their strengths. And so, are you 5 questions deep? What have you chosen as your areas of expertise? Are you able to distinguish between passion and expertise? And then are you able to, and are you willing to put the effort that makes your passion or converts your passion into expertise? So are you 5 questions deep? And I urge you to build expertise. Identify that area that you want to build expertise in, and then go all out, lean in, put in the effort, do what it takes to be able to be 5 questions deep in whichever area that you want to be able to build expertise in. So are you 5 questions deep? Ask yourselves these tough questions so that you can become more aware and do the work that you need to do to build expertise. Heights of great men were not reached in a flight. When their comrades were asleep, they were toiling through the night. This is something I heard for the first time. I'm very nocturnal on my work and my effort, and so I heard this for the first time from a parent, really, which was about making distinctive effort so that you're able to shine. And so this is an extension of the philosophy of hard work. But it's important to remember this because it's also so poetic, the line. So take note of that. Heights of great men were not reached in a flight. When their comrades were asleep, they were toiling through the night. So what are you doing to become more distinctive? What are you doing to be able to make sure that you stand out? What are you doing in your career so that you're bringing in a differentiated perspective and value to the organization that gets noticed by people around? You've got to be able to work hard to develop that edge, and it's got to be authentically an extension of who you really are. So heights of great men were not reached in a flight. When their comrades were asleep, they were toiling through the night. Precept number 6 draws inspiration from James Allen as a man thinketh. When spirit rises and commands, the gods are ready to obey. Every time things get difficult and challenging and something seems just so impossible, It's so ever so important to be able to draw from this precept. The human spirit, that force unseen, can hew its way through any goal, though walls of granite intervene. It is ever so important to believe in this human spirit, this incredible human spirit that can make the impossible possible. And the more we believe in the human spirit, in our own human spirit, you will find that things will arrange themselves around you to enable you to be able to succeed. So the universe actually colludes with you, and I'm sure many of you have had that positive experience. And so the more we believe in ourselves, in our abilities to be able to do things, we find ourselves getting more and more successful. So believe in that human spirit. It is incredible, and it's always present to be able to help you. Celebrate everything. Celebration is an expression of both gratitude and optimism. So don't ever lose an opportunity to be able to celebrate. Celebrate the people in your lives, celebrate the small wins, celebrate the big wins. If you overcome a challenge, or if you overcome a situation where you believe that you could not handle it but you did, celebrate it. If you believed something was not a strength but you overcame that and made it into a strength, celebrate that. Celebrate when you get praised, celebrate when you went and fixed a problem, celebrate when you supported somebody. So fill your life with a lot of celebrations. So this is not just about celebrating birthdays or women's days or New Year days and so on. Just celebrate just about anything that is positive, and you'll see it grow. With that, let's move to precept number 8. Respect begets respect. And we talk a lot about this, but it's oftentimes difficult to be able to manifest this in terms of our behaviors each time. Respect is something that we all expect, and in fact everyone does. And so if we believe in this maxim of respect begets respect, then we are humble enough to be able to offer the respect first. So relationships, and there's enough and more research, and I'm sure in your own experience, that relationships are so defining in terms of your journeys of success. So offer respect to anyone, no matter what level, class, background, socioeconomic class, level within the organization, designation, whatever that might be. Offer the respect at all times and see how much of respect comes right back to you. So becoming aware of whether or not we are being respectful at all times is such an incredible part of our journey, and can help us build long-lasting relationships across levels, and that indeed is the sign of leadership. And do not give yourself the permission to have any relationship breakdown. If there is a relationship breakdown, go offer it more listening, offer it more respect, and mend broken down relationships. What is a better maxim is to never give yourself the permission for relationship breakdown. So respect begets respect, and respect helps you maintain and sustain relationships. So remember, respect begets respect. Never hesitate to stand up and show teeth. Courage is magical. Every now and then we have situations where we wish we had said what it is that we wanted to say, or we wish we'd spoken up, or we wish we'd asserted, or we wish we'd put somebody back in their place. It's extremely, extremely important to not live your life with these regrets, because these are magical moments to be able to share your perspective, to be able to bring forth your voice, and to be able to let people know what it is that you're thinking. Those could have incredibly been moments of change or transformation for those individuals, and could have perhaps taken you forward in that relationship. And so courage is magical. So do not hesitate to be able to stand up and be confident and show teeth, assert where it's required. This is absolutely in sync with the slogan for this year's International Women's Day. #Choose to Challenge. And choose to challenge is not about being aggressive, or it's not about being belligerent. It's about being able to stand up to say what you're thinking and to speak up your mind. And so do not hesitate to stand up and show teeth. Courage is magical. You will be what you will to be. This is my precept number 10. Whatever you focus on will grow. So if you want to be successful professionally, focus on it, it will grow. If you want to be able to improve yourself in terms of capabilities and competence, focus on that and it will grow. You want to be able to groom yourself, prepare yourself for bigger jobs, for greater success, focus on that and it will grow. You want to be erudite and well-read and well-spoken, focus on that and it will grow. You want to be able to, you imagine or visualize yourself leading large teams or being very senior or serving on boards or being extremely successful in business, then focus on that and it will grow. So you will be what you will to be. Focus on things that you need or want badly, and that will grow and manifest around you. So with that, I come to an end of my 10 precepts. I hope you found this conversation useful. So keep it coming. Let us know what resonated for you from the 10 precepts shared, and would love to know about your precepts so that you inspire more people around you. So thank you for listening to me today. It's been a privilege to share my life precepts with you. These have been precepts that I believe changed me, changed my life, changed my perspectives, and it's been such a joy to give it away to you today. All the best, and wish all the women out there and the men a very, very happy Women's Day.